Seth, day one, of course, what are you most looking forward? Nobody likes training camp, but what are you most looking forward to this training camp?
Yeah, just building with our guys. We're finally able to get on the field and actually play football, and that's what we love to do. So we do look forward to training camp, or at least I do, just because we get to do what we love to do, and that's play football. So just build that camaraderie, gel together, and compete against our defense. And iron sharpens iron. So excited to go against those guys and make them better while they make us better as well.
I know you guys always try to downplay the preseason accolades, the polls, and the where you might finish up. But that's got to be much better than the alternative of not hearing your name talked about at all, with you or the team.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look back to high school, and where Denton Ryan, the school I went to, was kind of a perennial contender for the state championship. So, I mean, it's a good feeling to be looked at as the top team in the conference, and that just means we'll have a target on our back. So we're excited for the challenge that we're going to face this season. We have some great opponents that we have on the schedule and some good away games as well. So, we're looking forward to the challenge for sure.
It's your fourth year, this is your four different number 9 this year. Do you collect these jerseys? Or what are the fans that buy the Seth jerseys? Do they have to get new jerseys this year? What's the reason for the number change?
I mean, like I kind of said before, it dates back to high school and changing my number every year in high school. And then I was 14 my true freshman year here, and then wanted to change to 5. And then at that point, I changed my number 6 years in a row. So I went to 2 last year, and then this year, my senior season and my senior year in high school, we won a state championship. I was number 9. Kind of want to make that happen again and win a conference championship at Memphis. So wanted to bring it back to number 9. My dad wore 9 in high school and college, and I kind of look up to him. So, I mean, I felt like it was the right choice to make, and I just went for it.
I know you guys are going to take it day by day, but at the same time, you are a fourth-year starting quarterback. You bring back your top 2 pass catchers from last year, same offensive coordinator, another good running back. How do you view the year, big picture, and just obviously this is your last dance, so to speak. So how do you view the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it to some of my teammates and my close family members. This is it. It's a make it or break it season for me and my career. I look at my future and my 5-year plan, and I mean, it all comes down to the next 3 months. If I make my dreams happen, if I, play horrible. So it's in my own hands, and I know the expectations, and I'm excited to live up to those expectations as well. Yesterday in our team meeting, one of the things Coach Schulfield had us do, and has had us do every single season during fall camp, is write a letter to our loved ones, or really anyone you want, and mail it to them, because that's kind of a rare thing these days. But I remember in my letter I wrote to my parents, this is it, and I'm excited for the challenge. I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm ready for it, and I know our team is as well. So it's going to be a good year for the Tigers.
The speed rating in the video game, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I know I'm a 77 speed. I forgot what my acceleration is. I don't mind the speed. I'm more of a lateral movement guy, a little wiggle. My vertical speed, my straight line speed isn't. I'll take 77 all day.
Is there any rating that you've seen you play with yourself? You're like, yeah, I need to be higher, or okay, they got a little boost on that.
No, I mean, I think it's relatively accurate. Oh, I think my throw power, they gave me a 94, which is pretty high actually. But everything else, I don't mind at all. I love it, to be honest.
You're cool with 89?
I love 89.
85, right?
Oh yeah, I wanted 85 or higher. So happy that they respected my game and my abilities. You know what I'm saying?
And the picture of you is accurate enough?
Yeah, accurate enough. I mean, I don't mind the picture. It doesn't. As long as I'm in the game, it's cool.
Have you seen the simulations that people are doing online this year, where not even playing with Memphis in the dynasty mode, but a Memphis player has won the Heisman multiple times?
Oh yeah.
Kobe Drake.
Yeah.
A lot of yards, a lot of catches, a lot of 23 touchdowns. I think the Athletic did.
That's pretty crazy.
Is that a sign of things to come?
I sure hope so. I saw some guy on YouTube before the game was released. He made some video, and I was the Heisman winner in the game. And I had some random people DM me that I didn't know who the guy was. I heard he was a Madden Mobile player or something. I mean, that's obviously pretty cool to even have that in a simulation. So it's a cool moment for sure.
Seth, you talked about having 2 guys, top 2 receivers back. Who is somebody that maybe fans aren't really on their radar yet? Who's somebody that you're really excited that maybe isn't at the forefront to step up this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'd say Marcelo Bussey, one of our receivers. He's done a great job since he's got here. He played limited minutes last season and did a good job for us. And he's just worked his tail off. He'll be in here doing the jugs, 5 times a week, something like that. And then Sutton Smith, Mario Anderson, they'll be a great backfield for us this season. And then the stars of our team, or the stars of our offense, will be the offensive line. And people don't know about them, but we've got a lot of transfers this season, so we expect them to be the gel of our team and win games for us.
You mentioned how big of a year this is for you personally, individually, and everything. How do you recognize that but not press too much and get in your own head as you prepare for the year?
Yeah, I feel like it's different for every individual. My persona and how I go about things is I'm never too serious about a specific thing. I'm serious to a certain extent, and I know the importance of this season for our program and myself and my teammates, and we're on the cusp of accomplishing great things. So you just got to take it day by day. I know it's cliche, but that's all you can do is control the controllables. Even as a quarterback, you can't win the game by yourself. You need your offensive line, you need your receivers, you need your playmakers. So, I keep telling in my mind, like, it comes down to this. Like, this is it. And I tell my teammates that as well. So, it's an exciting feeling. Like, when you have that moment, you can't shy away from the moment. So we're just excited. And just day one out here, I thought we had a solid day, and we're just trying to keep building.
Speaking of the O-line, there's a lot of new faces on the O-line.
Yeah.
How have you gotten that chemistry with those new guys, especially having somebody else snap the ball to you?
Yeah, we're still building it. Trent just kind of has gotten going more and more, getting more reps with the ones, as well as Jonah and some other centers. But, just continuing to build that continuity and throwing different guys in and see how they react with a different guard and tackle standing next to each other and how they communicate. Just it's all about communication with the offensive line, and we have a great coaching staff who harps on them and continues to build them up in every single period. So, that's a big deal to have a great offensive line coach as well, and Coach Silverfield. So we know offensive line is going to be one of our strong suits this year.
Coach talked about tampering throughout the whole offseason, basically just talking about how was that kind of process for you deciding to come back early and then still dealing with that? And is it also does it feel good now that we're then it's kind of over?
Yeah, it feels good. I was over, midway through January. It was already over. So it was definitely a good feeling knowing I was going to come back so early, and it didn't take too long to come up with my decision to stay at Memphis. So I'm just blessed to be able to be here for another year.
Is it something that even after you announce you're coming back, that doesn't necessarily shut it down? You still kind of
Yeah, but after I announced it, it was already over at that point, to be honest.
When you look back, Seth, like maybe 5 years ago, you see yourself as a freshman coming into Memphis and new school, everything else. You're a senior now. Like, what do you think you've learned in these last 4 or 5 years being here and playing college football?
College football has taught me a lot. Leadership, accountability. Mainly, accountability is a huge thing, just good, bad, or ugly. If it's a good game, then, share accountability with your brothers who you work with every single day. And if it's a bad game, it's likely on the quarterback. So just learning in every single step, learning every single season, and then becoming a better leader as well. I feel like just this summer really is when I kind of really stepped on as a great leader for our team. I've been there the whole time and done things the right way, but really trying to be vocal and push our guys and push our older guys and make sure that they understand the significance of this season. And it's our last ride. It could be our last time playing football together. You never know when it's our last snap. So just taking advantage of every single moment with each other and loving each other, being with each other every single step of the way. Because our team, that's all we got, and we only have 3.5 more months. So trying to cherish every moment.
That chemistry and continuity between Tim coming back another year, Rock, Demir, Kobe, Anthony at tight end. Have you felt that throughout spring and now going into camp?
Yeah, I felt that throughout spring and going into camp as well. They're great players, great people. So we're excited to see what they can do for us this year for sure.
What skill you know, everybody wants to get better at everything, but what have you kind of focused on this offseason? What's one thing you want to do this year better than you have in the past?
Just arm strength. Just throw some balls that are like wow. Throw some balls with some velocity that make people realize and make people understand that I'm a quarterback that has the caliber to do great things, and I plan on doing that.
Up to this moment, what's your favorite memory of being a Memphis Tiger? Up to this moment, right now, today.
My favorite moment being a Memphis Tiger, I mean, probably the Iowa State game, winning that, or Mississippi State my true freshman year. I think those are two of my biggest wins that I've had that I cherish. And then my favorite moment being a Memphis Tiger is just, you know, the relationships. You know, my coach has been there for me throughout the ups and downs. So I just love them and I appreciate them. My boy, shout out Coach Stone. Sorry, getting emotional. Coach Stone, one of my strength staff guys, been with me the whole time. He just left. Great man. Influenced my life greatly. So, shout out Coach Stone.
Seth, Brian was saying that each position group has their own kind of name that they pull in themselves. What's the quarterback's name this year and what's the reason behind it?
Sniper Gang. You know, it's kind of cliche, but Sniper Gang, just, we kind of wanted to come up with a name. Last year we had an acronym, and that kind of, we didn't really like that as much this year, so we just, Sniper Gang, you know, we're throwing bullets, all that kind of jazz.
Did Coach Graham give you the books assignment again?
Not yet. It's during fall camp, so he'll give it out probably next week or something. So TBD.
And then what went into the mullet? Was that like a starting full camp? I want to cut a mullet, or what's going on?
Okay. So yeah, I kind of got messed up, to be honest. But like, it'll grow out, and when it grows out in like a month, I think it'll look fine, and I'll hopefully have a little flow in the back. And then once I had the mullet and it was kind of not looking too well, I was like, I got to have a mustache with it, otherwise it'll just look weird. So that's what happened. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I think there were like multiple weeks last year where you were talking about your hair. You were like, "No, I'm going to cut it off. It's going to be gone." It was getting pretty long. You kept it. Like you haven't cut it off. Like,
yeah.
Is it a power thing? Like, do you feel? Is it like?
It's not like a no.
Yeah, like that. Like,
no, but I did have long hair in high school, and one of my things in high school, my junior year before the season, I said I'm not going to cut my hair until I lose a game, and then we went to the state championship and lost, and then I was like, I'm still not going to cut my hair, and then it ended up being like down to here.
Wow.
So maybe I'll do the same thing this year. Who knows? But I've always kind of been a long hair guy, so we'll see.